From 1992 to 1996, the Ford F-150 entered a bold new chapter, stronger, smarter, and built for a changing America. This era introduced modern styling, powerful fuel-efficient engines, safer interiors, and features that prepared the F-150 for the future. Each model from 1992 to 1996 evolved with improved comfort, smarter aerodynamics, and legendary durability. Whether it was construction workers, farmers, families, or highway drivers, everyone trusted the F-150. These trucks became symbols of reliability and American strength. Today, this era is remembered as the bridge between old-school toughness and modern engineering. In this video, we'll uncover the transformation, innovation, and impact that shaped the world's most successful pickup line. Get ready for a journey through history, one model at a time, one breakthrough at a time. This is the evolution that set the stage for a global icon, the Ford F-150. The year was 1992, and America was changing fast. Technology was growing, cities were expanding, and people needed a truck that could work hard during the day and stay comfortable on long roads at night. Ford understood this demand better than anyone, and the F-150 stepped into the new decade with confidence. It was a time when Ford focused on strength, comfort, and trust. The 1992 F-150 carried the soul of the American worker, the farmer, the hunter, the builder, and the everyday family that needed a strong and reliable truck. It did not try to be flashy, it tried to be loyal. That was its power. When the 1992 model arrived, it brought a fresh and modern front end with a new grille and smoother lines. It still looked tough, but now it felt friendlier and more refined. People could spot it in their driveway and feel proud. The F-150 was not just a tool, it was a partner that stayed by your side, from highways to dirt roads, from city traffic to mountain trails. Ford engineers focused on making the body more aerodynamic and stronger than before. The truck faced wind better, saved more fuel, and still kept its boxy American character. Under the hood, Ford offered engines that fit every kind of driver. The reliable 4.9L inline 6, the powerful 5.0L V8, and the mighty 5.8L V8 gave customers options. Whether someone needed a work truck or a weekend truck, the F-150 was ready. These engines became famous for lasting hundreds of thousands of miles. Mechanics loved them because they were simple, tough, and easy to repair. Owners loved them because they rarely failed. In the early 90s, truck owners passed down their F-150s from father to son, and the trucks kept running strong. That was the Ford reputation. Inside the cabin, Ford made comfort a priority. The 1992 F-150 offered soft seats, better noise control, and clean gauges that were easy to read. Many people who had never driven a truck before chose the F-150 because it felt more like a friendly car inside, but with the heart of a beast under its skin. Families used it for road trips. Workers used it for hauling. Outdoor lovers used it for camping and exploring. No matter where it went, the truck felt ready, steady, and confident. Safety also became important in this era. The world expected safer vehicles, and Ford added stronger frames, better crumple zones, and improved brakes. The truck felt solid, like a shield of steel. Drivers could sit behind the wheel and feel protected. Owners trusted the truck with their families, and Ford respected that trust. By 1993, Ford continued refining the formula that worked so well. The F-150 received small improvements that made it smoother, quieter, and even more comfortable. The design stayed familiar, but tiny details made a big difference. The truck looked clean, bold, and balanced. People loved its square nose, wide stance, and confident posture. The truck had presence. When it was parked next to other vehicles, the F-150 looked like a leader that did not need to show off. Its personality spoke for itself. The engines continued to deliver. The 5.0 and 5.8 V8s became the heartbeat of American roads. These engines pulled boats, trailers, lumber, equipment, and anything life demanded. Ford trucks became a symbol of responsibility. If someone drove an F-150, people believed that person could handle the job, finish the work, and show up on time. The truck created an image of reliability. Inside, Ford focused on convenience. Better radios, smoother controls, and easier storage made long drives more enjoyable. The bench seat allowed 3 people to ride together, shoulder to shoulder, sharing music, jokes, and memories. The F-150 was not just transportation, it was part of the family album. It carried first dates, first jobs, family vacations, and long talks on open highways. On farms, the truck worked from sunrise to sunset. In towns, it delivered tools and supplies. In cities, it served small business owners who needed both mobility and muscle. The F-150 fit everywhere because it adapted to everyone. Ford also offered multiple trims. The base models were simple and rugged, ready for dirty boots and rough work. The XLT models offered chrome touches, brighter colors, and a more stylish feel. People could choose the personality they wanted. Whether someone liked minimal utility or premium comfort, the F-150 provided a version that matched their lifestyle. By the end of 1993, the truck had earned something more valuable than numbers. It earned loyalty. The early 90s gave the F-150 a clear mission: be tough, be safe, be comfortable, and never break the promise of reliability. That mission shaped the future of Ford trucks for decades to come. The 1992-1993 F-150 models became the foundation for what was coming next. They were steady, they were dependable, and they kept the Ford legend alive. The year was 1993, and America's highways were changing fast. The cities were expanding, the suburbs were growing, and drivers wanted something more from their trucks: power, comfort, and style in one machine. Ford listened, and the F-150 evolved again. The 1993 F-150 rolled onto the scene with a bold attitude. Its body shape became smoother, wider, and more modern, less boxy than the 80s models, yet still muscular and unmistakably purist under the metal skin. Ford injected new strength and safety into its best-selling truck, preparing it for a new era of drivers who demanded both work and lifestyle in one vehicle. Owners remember turning the key and hearing the growl of the available 5.0L V8 or the legendary 4.9L inline six, whether hauling lumber through rainy construction yards or cruising to weekend fishing trips with the family. The 93 F-150 delivered the same promise every time: I won't quit on you. Inside the cabin, Ford stepped up its game. More soundproofing, better controls, a driver-friendly dashboard, softer seats. This was the first time many truck owners felt like they were sitting in something that wasn't just a tool, it was a companion. People who grew up riding in those cloth bench seats still say they remember the smell, the sound, and the feeling of that truck like a loyal friend in metal form. And then came the electronic touch. Ford added new safety technology, modern electronics, and updated systems that made the truck smoother to drive and easier to trust. Rugged farmers, hard-working contractors, and young adventure seekers all found their identity behind that blue oval badge on the grille. Out on long desert highways, the low sun would catch the chrome bumper just right, making the F-150 look almost alive, a steel stallion running free. From job sites to campgrounds, from city streets to country mud, the 1993 Ford F-150 didn't follow the era, it defined it. The world was changing, but one thing stayed the same. Ford's legend was just getting started and the F-150 was leading the way. By 1994, the Ford F-150 had earned something no factory could manufacture: trust. Across America, from dusty farm roads to roaring interstates, the F-150 wasn't just transportation anymore. It was a symbol of work, a symbol of pride, a symbol of the people who built and lifted the country with their own hands. The 1994 F-150 arrived not with wild changes, but with a mission to refine a legend that already ruled the road. Ford took everything drivers loved and made it stronger, smarter, and safer. The truck carried forward the proven lineup: the 4.9L inline six, the 5.0L V8, and the thunderous 5.8L V8 engines known for lasting through winters, storms, and decades of hard miles. These weren't machines that aged, they endured. Owners remember cold mornings when the world felt frozen, yet the F-150 would fire up with one twist of the key, exhaust vapor rolling into the air like the breath of a waking giant. Whether towing livestock through mud or hauling heavy loads up steep country grades, the 94 never hesitated, never complained, never surrendered. Inside, Ford added more comfort, safety, and confidence. The modern touches: better crumple zones, improved protection, and updated electronics gave families peace of mind, while still giving workers the toughness they demanded. It was the first time many households realized, this isn't just Dad's work truck anymore, it's our truck. Kids sat on the long bench seats, staring out the window on endless road trips. Country songs played through old speakers, picnic baskets, toolboxes, fishing gear, and memories all shared the same cabin. The 1994 F-150 quietly became part of the American family timeline, showing up in old photos, old stories, and old hearts. And outside, its stance told a clear story. Square shoulders, confident grille, sharp lines, no nonsense, no weakness, just purpose. When a 1994 F-150 rolled by, people didn't ask what it could do. They already knew. As the sun set on 1994, Ford wasn't chasing competitors, competitors were chasing Ford, and the road ahead was calling. The F-150, loyal as ever, stood ready for the next dawn, the next journey, and the next chapter in its unstoppable rise. Because legends don't rest, they roll forward. By 1995, the Ford F-150 had become more than a market leader, it was the heartbeat of the American working class. In farms, in oil fields, in logging towns, and on construction sites, there was one truck you could count on when the day was long. The work was heavy, and excuses were not an option. The Ford F-150. The 1995 model wasn't loud in its arrival. It didn't need fireworks, gimmicks, or risky experiments. Ford already understood its mission: build a truck that always shows up, every day, in every weather, for every job. And that's exactly what the 95 F-150 represented: dependability, honesty, and unbreakable grit. Under the hood, the proven engine lineup remained, but refinement was the name of the game. The 4.9L inline-six continued its legacy as one of Ford's most durable workhorse engines ever made, while the 5.0 liters and 5.8L V8s delivered the muscle that blue-collar America demanded. No matter the load, no matter the terrain, the 95 F-150 pulled with quiet confidence, like a worker who didn't brag. He just got the job done. The interior saw upgrades that meant something to real people: more comfort, better materials, a cabin that didn't feel like punishment after 12 hours in boots and dust. Drivers could now start the engine before sunrise, put in a full shift, and still enjoy the evening ride home. It was rugged, but now it felt human. Families bonded with the 95 in unforgettable ways. Some tied their first Christmas tree in the bed. Others hauled lumber to build their first home. Many taught their kids how to drive, sitting on those long, wide bench seats, nervous hands on the wheel, proud fathers and mothers giving instructions, and laughter echoing through the cabin. These were moments that outlived the trucks themselves. On highways and back roads, the 1995 F-150 had a presence. Bold, square, fearless. It looked tough because it was tough. No chrome illusions, no fragile curves, just steel, strength, and a promise: I won't let you down. That year, Ford continued to dominate the truck world, not because of luck or marketing, but because the F-150 had earned something priceless: loyalty. Owners didn't switch to other brands, and when it was time for a new truck, they didn't ask, what should I buy? They simply said, I need another F-150. And as 1995 rolled toward the future, one thing was clear: the legend was still rising, and the best chapters were yet to be written. 1996, a historic year, and the final curtain for one of the most beloved generations in Ford truck history. This was the last F-150 before the massive 1997 redesign, and Ford didn't hold back. It was as if the company knew this chapter was ending, and they wanted to exit with perfection: strength at its peak, reliability at its finest, and a legacy sealed forever. By 1996, the Ford F-Series had already become America's best-selling truck for nearly 2 decades, and the F-150 was its undisputed champion. It wasn't just a vehicle, it was a trusted partner, a family asset, and for many, a symbol of pride sitting in the driveway. Built for real work, no excuses. The 1996 F-150 carried forward the bulletproof mentality that defined this era. With its 4.9L inline-six, 5.0L V8, and 5.8 liters V8 engine options, the truck continued to deliver: reliable towing, strong hauling capacity, long engine life, low maintenance dependability. There were no gimmicks, no unnecessary complications, just pure mechanical honesty. A truck built to work sunrise to sunset, year after year. A design that meant business. The exterior still wore the square body toughness that fans loved: sharp lines, tall stance, and a bold grille that said, move, I have a job to do. While other automakers softened their designs, the 96 F-150 stayed true to its identity. It looked like a truck, it felt like a truck, it was a truck, and that's why owners loved it. Inside, Ford added small but meaningful updates: improved safety, better materials, and a more comfortable ride. It wasn't luxurious, but it was practical, durable, and surprisingly welcoming, especially during long drives and longer workdays. A truck full of memories. Ask F-150 owners about their 96 model, and you will hear stories, not specs. Stories of road trips with windows down and country music up, fishing gear in the bed on Saturday mornings, farm tools tossed in without worry, kids learning to drive on gravel roads. This truck lived real life with real people. It pulled trailers, it carried dreams, it never complained. And even today, when a Survivor 96 F-150 drives by, people turn their heads, not out of curiosity but out of respect.